Welcome back to NAIL.social Academy. I'm Jess Bachman, Digital Strategy Director.
And I'm Rachyl Jackson, Social Ads Manager.
And this is NSA124 Organic Mathematics. We're really excited to make this video because despite the fact that organic social media is so important, we are shocked with how many brands are doing it wrong or just don't fundamentally know how to play in this space. Here we have 2 tweets from rival burger chains posted within an hour of each other. Burger King's follower count is 5 times as large as Sonic, but this tweet has 100 times the engagement of Sonic's tweet. Something is either going very right or very wrong with these posts. We're going to show you what that is and give you a framework for how you can do the same with your brand.
When you break it down to what works and what doesn't, it's simple mathematics. When you post on social media, you're either adding value to your audience or extracting value from them. Everyone, brands and people, do both. It's the balance that's important. Let's take this post from Sonic as an example. What value are they adding here? Well, I suppose they're letting their fans know about a new product. Sure, it's self-serving, but this information might be valuable to some people. Let's give it a score of 1 organic social media value unit, or OSMOV. OSMOV? Okay, here we go. OSMOV, okay. Actually, let's just say it's 1 unit of value.
Now, what are they extracting? Well, before anything else, Sonic is asking its audience to pay attention to them in their feed. The viewer needs to stop scrolling and spend a few seconds with Sonic here. This is not free and will cost about 0.3 units of value. Sonic is also essentially asking the viewer to keep following them because they could be unfollowed at any time. That subtle ask will be about a half unit of value. So the total value of this post is now 0.2. What else can Sonic extract here? Well, if they wanted a like, it'll be 1 unit, and a retweet or share will be 10 units of value. This post can't afford that, which is why the engagement rate is 0.01%, which is about as bad as it gets. Sure, they have a few likes already, but with 368,000 followers, they should be doing a lot better. There are some people that will just like anything.
Of course, these numbers are arbitrary and individuals will value things differently, but this math is just a framework to look at your own brand's feed and see how you measure up. The goal for your organic social is to build up positive value and then at some point extract it. The problem is that too many brands are just extracting all the time, like Sonic, whose feed is essentially just a bunch of ads. So I'd say they're running at a value deficit. When this happens, your follower growth is going to be stunted and engagement numbers will plummet. If you watched NSA101, you'll know that engagement is what pushes people from merely aware of your brand to evangelists.
So let's look at what you can do to add value to your audience and how you can go about extracting it too. And again, these value numbers aren't hard science. Not every social interaction is created equal. You can create value for your audience by liking other posts, liking comments, responding to comments on your posts, commenting on other people's posts, posting original content, and this really depends on how good it is, anywhere from 1 to 100 in value. Reposting content. This will earn about 1/4 of the value of the original content at most, so don't expect to repost your way to the top. And then there's actually doing something, which has the opportunity to create the most amount of value. More on that later.
Now time to extract that value from your audience. Think of it as making a withdrawal from this value bank account you've been making deposits to. Asking for a person's attention in feed. Asking them to watch a video. Asking them not to unfollow you. Posting straight up ads in your organic feed. Having your brand's logo in a post. Yeah, sorry, this matters, and the more it looks like an ad, the worse it is. To get them to follow you, it'll be 25 value units. You don't have to directly ask, but if you want someone to follow, I hope you've built up at least that much value with them first. Shares or retweets are expensive as well. Buying your product, well, it really depends on the product and how much it is, but let's say 50 units of value per dollar. So let's say the product for your brand is a $4 footlong. You're going to have to create 200 units of value per user before your social postings will start to turn into sales. Now, Sonic has all sorts of paid media and commercials that generate customer pull, but if they had to rely on social alone, like many brands do, it's going to take them a long time to build up enough value to sell their product.
But that's not the case with every brand. Let's look at a few tweets during the same day from the Steak-Umm's account. They make frozen meat sheets. Here we have a low-effort post. Mildly funny, it was retweeted 25 times, which for an account with 30,000 followers is below par. A few hours later, another post. More effort was applied here, the post is objectively funnier, and they were rewarded with 213 retweets. A few hours later, we have this post. It's a big, low-effort image of the product, a bragging tone, and an actual ask to like the post. They are attempting to extract a lot of value here and paying for it. It has 5 retweets. So what is actually doing something? Well, a few weeks prior, this frozen meat brand went on a 7-tweet philosophical rant about the plight of young people. They didn't have to do that. They could have stayed in their humorous lane, but they didn't. They took a chance, and 20,000 retweets later and 100,000 likes, Steak-Umm has created a lot of value that will serve them well for months. Now, this isn't to suggest that you go on your own rant for your brand, but what are some ideas that you can do on social that rise above simple content? How can you truly add value for your followers? Because you will have to do this before they reciprocate. Back to the Burger King tweet. Why did Hinga-dinga-durgan generate almost 6,000 likes and outperform all the other posts that week? Well, let's break it down. Hinga-dinga-durgan is a reference to a line in SpongeBob SquarePants where the aquatic protagonist sits up in his bed while wearing a Viking helmet and beard and proclaims, "Hey everyone, it's Leif Erikson Day. Hinga-dinga-durgan," and then proceeds to row his bed out of the scene. This line has achieved minor meme status and only resurfaces on Leif Erikson Day, which is October 9th, the date of the tweet. So how much value does this tweet have? Well, it's a very timely and yet seemingly random cultural insider reference to an icon of Burger King audience's childhood. I'd give it a 37.
If you watch this video and are now grabbing your calculator to run the numbers on your posts, stop. These values aren't data points. But if you start looking at your posts in a different way and then ask yourself, am I adding value or extracting value? And then if those are in balance or not, you might find some answers which will explain your actual numbers.
Any questions? Drop them in the comments below and we'll get to them during office hours. Enrolling in the NAIL.social Academy is as easy as hitting that subscribe button, so go ahead and do that now. We have new courses coming out every Friday on YouTube, and you can find the full list in the description below. If you're still hungry for more, we have a lot more resources and reading linked below as well.